Alright, hey guys, what's going on? My name is Asian Psycho, aka Toast number 98, and we're gonna get started on the extra chapter, or I don't know what episode it is on the MP5. The MP5 family of my smart devices is really big because of all the Mark II variants and whatnot all jumbled together. But anyways, this is the all-new variant of the MP5 family called the MP5 SD-6, and this stands for, obviously, for those guys who already know, or don't know what this is, what it stands for. It basically means MP5 suppressed version 6, or something like that. I know the SD stands for suppressed, just like how it says on the K5 SD, it means the K5 suppressed. So same ideology there. Anyways, this is the new MP5 variant released by Nexon earlier today, and it is a GP standard. It's like mid GP standard, GP rare, because it has a pretty high rank requirement, but it's not as high as the MP5 RES by no means. Like the MP5 RES is like unlocked at some rank of major. However, the MP5 SD-6 is unlocked at second lieutenant 3, I want to say. In Combat Arms Wiki, I'm doing this review or the commentary so early that Combat Arms Wiki hasn't had a chance to update its MP5 SD6 page yet, so I can't really get on Combat Arms either because I'm actually uploading another video right now, and while I'm uploading, the internet speed really gets crappy. But anyways, I want to say the MP5 SD6 is unlocked at the rank of second lieutenant 3. I almost said 6. I'm like, what? So if I'm wrong, please correct me, and I will change the description accordingly. So if anything that you're not sure about, or if you feel that I'm not saying things with certainty, then just check the description. Everything will be correct in the description, hopefully. So let's get started on the MP5 SD6 review. So the MP5 SD6 is unlocked at, like I mentioned before, second lieutenant 3, I want to say, but it's definitely second lieutenant. I just don't know which level of second lieutenant, and it costs 1200 GP a day. So you can kind of think of it as like an MP5 RNS price, but it is quite hefty. It's 50% more expensive than your original MP5. And so as for its stats, because Combat Wiki hasn't had a chance to update its MP5 SD6 page yet, I don't have the cold hard statistics with which I can work with, but the damage, I can tell you right now, it's much more powerful than the original MP5. I believe the original MP5A4 did a 33 damage. I want to say that the MP5 SD6 does like 35 or 36. It's actually pretty high, and you can definitely notice this, but at close range, it knocks some people down really quickly. And it just has a lot of stopping power. That's all I want to say. Stopping power at close range. However, the damage drop-off becomes really similar to the original MP5, where because the MP5's damage was pretty low to begin with, the damage drop-off over range is pretty terrible. And the MP5 SD, I'll just call it the MP5 Suppress. The Suppress does have a slightly better damage drop-off profile, but that's because it has a higher damage to begin with, and in the end, it'll behave like the MP5 in that middle range and long range engagements will kind of start feeling like as if you have an MP5. So close range obviously is where it really shines, but in any case, for damage, it definitely has a buff. So I've already covered the damage drop off. The portability seems to be pretty similar to the original MP5, maybe a little bit faster. So there's that. Rate of fire. I'm not surprised if it's the same. I honestly would be surprised if it had a buff in rate of fire, because I feel like it fires the same as the MP5 mod. And in all honesty, the MP5 SD performs pretty similarly to the MP5 mod, which is the other NX standard variant of the MP5 family. Except it's just like, basically you can think of the MP5 SD as a more powerful MP5 mod, maybe similar to the MP5 mod Mark II, which is a really good buff to the MP5 mod. So you can think of it like that. Moving on to the recoil, the accuracy. I mean, the accuracy is pretty good, and you can definitely lop off heads with the MP5 SD. But then again, you can do that with every other MP5 variant. So, I mean, the entire MP5 family was really meant as a headshotting submachine gun family. So, the MP5 SD isn't really much different from that either. As for the recoil seems to be a little bit more tame than other MP5s. Like the original MP5A4 had a slightly up, and it had a little bit of left to right recoil. Not too much, but you could still notice it. I feel that the MP5 SD has a little slightly more vertical recoil pattern, but it sways a little bit to the left and right, not too much, but it does anyway. But this is for some reason really apparent while you're strafing. If you're strafing, then it seems like you can notice the recoil a little bit more, which is odd. I don't know why, but that I just felt that to me, or it felt like that to me anyway. So there you go. Do keep in mind of that. All other mechanical differences or mechanical issues and performance issues with the MP5 SD is completely similar to the original MP5 and the MP5 mod. Like the sprint animation is the same, reload animation is the same, the draw animation is the same, everything is the same. So yes, it does indeed perform pretty much like or behave exactly like the MP5 mod or the original MP5. So in case you guys are used to using those, then coming over to the MP5 SD-6 is very easy. I mean, the MP5 SD-6 is already a very easy to use gun anyway. I feel like the entire MP5 family is an extremely noob-friendly submachine gun family. So if you've never used the MP5 before because you've never really given a chance to use it, and you see that there's this new weapon called the MP5 SD-6. Now I'm pretty sure you can buy it straight off the shop and you can do pretty well with it actually. Even if you've never used another MP5 variant before, I feel like most people can actually pick it up and use it very effectively because that's just how the MP5s work. They're meant to be used as a starter weapon because I mean the MP5A4 is one of the first submachines you unlock. It doesn't even have a rank requirement, so the MP5 SD-6 does continue the very noob-friendly tradition that the MP5 family does offer. So you guys are probably wondering about the Tapfire Ability because the MP5 SD-6 it actually comes with an integrated ACOG sight, and just like the MP5 mod, which also has an integrated ACOG sight, the MP5 SD-6 the Tapfire Ability on the MP5 SD-6 is actually really good. I was really surprised by it. Somewhere in this gameplay, you'll see that I actually test out on a random door in the middle of the game, like the Tapfire Ability on the MP5 SD-6, and it's actually pretty good. You can actually Tapfire really well with it. I'm really surprised because normally submachine guns don't really have much of Tapfire Ability to speak of, but for the MP5 SD, it seems like it can work out. I think that you can actually Tapfire with it. Maybe you can try aiming for heads because obviously damage over range capabilities on the MP5 SD-6 is not the greatest, so maybe you can start aiming for heads and try Tapfire at the heads to get easy headshots, but it's going to be kind of difficult. But you can definitely Tapfire with the MP5 SD-6 should you feel the need to do so. And obviously that's a good thing because I was really thinking about it. Draw speed, we already covered that. Center speed, we already covered that. The MP5 family in general already has a very good they all have good center speeds, so we don't really need to worry about that much here. Let's see. Reload speed, not too much different there. It's pretty similar to everything else. Fire modes, I believe it's only available in fully automatic. I didn't have a chance to check it whether or not I had a burst fire function, but I think it's only reserved for the RES and the RES Centurion variants anyway, so nothing too special there. Luck, I mean, I already mentioned that, and mentioned the fact that the MP5 family in general is like a really high headshot percentage, stuff. So, yeah. That's it. And ammo capacity, standard 30 rounds in magazine, 90 in reserve. I am using X7.1 on it, so that's why I have 40 and 80. Key physical characteristics, so it looks like the MP5 from COD 4. If you guys have ever used the MP5 from COD 4, I believe it looks pretty similar, like the gun frame and buttstock. The MP5 SD-6 has the same, it has a foldable buttstock instead of the fixed buttstock plate that's featured on the MP5 RA, or the MP5 A4 variant, the original GP standard variant. So yeah, it does kind of give off a COD 4 kind of vibe there. So there you go. Muzzle noise. The muzzle noise, because it has an integrated silencer, the same one that is, or not really the same one per se, because it just sounds the same. The MP5 SD-6 fortunately has the same silencer noise as the original MP5 mod, which I really like, because the original this is the original silencer sound that Nexon Combat first featured before Nexon act like a bitch and patch the suppressor noises to change to sound really gay and derpy. So the suppressor on the MP5 SD-6 actually feels like the suppressor on like the Chris Spec Ops, the Scorpion mod, and the F4A1 Salt mod, where they either have a reduced damage reduction, or they don't really provide a damage reduction at all. So I really like that. And unlike the MP5 mod, where it just had a normal S3 silencer, where it actually did have the damage reduction thing in effect, the MP5 SD-6 fortunately does not have that same problem. So I'm really glad that Nexon kind of made that made it the way it is on the MP5 SD-6. So I'm really glad for that. So attention options, obviously, because it's already got an integrated ACOG and forced suppressor, which I really like. You can only attach extended magazine, so I would recommend extended mag 1 on it because the reload speed is pretty quick. It can at least allow for an extended mag 1 on it. And let's see, fire team more than I don't know, maybe for the human NPC fire teams like Desert Fox, Nemec 6Q, and Desert Thunder, maybe, but not for zombies, because, I mean, even though the MP5 SD-6 does have high stopping power at close range, I mean, it's not enough to take down zombies quickly. So quarantine worthy, yeah, I'd say so. I mean, most submachine guns are pretty good for quarantine anyway, so I would recommend it for quarantine. So take it in there, see what happens, see how you can perform it. And as for my frank personal opinions, the MP5 SD-6 is actually a really good addition to the MP5 family, because it is a GP standard and it has like the officer rank requirement. It's very useful, or many people can access it. Maybe not the grunts yet, but anyone who's second lieutenant or above can easily access the MP5 SD-6, and yeah, it is definitely a huge improvement to the original MP5, and definitely an improvement over to the from the MP5 mod. So if you guys have not checked it out already, I highly suggest you guys recommend that you guys use the MP5 SD-6, because it is an extremely good submachine gun. Not the best, but it is very good, and you can definitely pick it up. And first game, you can definitely do well with it. I have all the confidence in the world that anyone can pick this up and do relatively well with it, as long as they know what they're doing and have a decent sense of aim. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. This has been the MP5 SD-6 review, part of the MP5 family chapter of the Extraordinary Arsenal series, featuring me, Asian Psycho, aka Toast number 98, and I'll see you guys later in the next review, in my next videos, whatever they may be. You can shit that.